Luke's route to the quarter-final stage as Dirk throngs in the first maximum of the game. He does that more than any other player on planet darts.
Oh yeah, he does. Does it all the time. He can't stop doing it. And Dirk van Dijvenbode, a man who has only ever hit one 9-darter, despite getting dozens of chances for it in his professional career, could do it here.
141.
Make it 2, Dirk. Too much to ask. Oh, that was a bit of a violent bounce out.
39.
The bullseye saying no, thank you.
Well, there's a chance that could come back to haunt him. Because Humphries has left himself a 1-2-5. Double 14. The double top. Oh, brilliant 12-darter from Dirk van Dijvenbode. Understand that. I assume that he call either of those names out, everybody cheers regardless.
100.
That's like choosing between two of your kids. You can't do that.
You can, yeah. Oh, he's staying, is he?
100.
Okay, a lot of players have looked for the 19s, but he's gambled there because he had a marker. It's left him an awkward finish here, Dirk. Because if he gets the treble first dart, he still may only get a dart at the bullseye. A 120, that's not how it works. So, 62. It is the bull. Oh, it doesn't matter. A couple of occasions in this match, things have got a little bit awkward for Dirk van Dijvenbode.
I'll do exactly the same. 101 averages right now, thereabouts.
170.
Well, he is the biggest 180 hitter in the game, but he's also the most proficient 170 hitter in the game. He's not managed to take it out so far this weekend. He's had a fair few chances as well.
94. 112.
20 or 12 for tops.
Games on the stick leg.
Luke Humphries.
And it devastates him so much. He didn't win another leg in the game, lost that match, and he says it probably ruined his career for 2 years.
134.
Yeah, it was a younger and a previous incarnation of Dirk, and since that he's just
96.
gone to the very bottom and rocketed back up.
Oh, look at that. Double 16 for a 1-3-4. It's another 12-darter. But it's really, we talked about the scoring power of these two guys. You see their first 9 average is no better than their overall average because there's been so much brilliant stuff at the back end of legs.
Could be about to see some brilliance from Luke Humphries now. There's no need for him to risk the bullseye, but well, does he fancy it? Oh, he does! Well, he's been 6 into a 9 already in this game. Not going to do the same.
125.
This is spellbinding.
96.
And it's another magic leg from Dirk van Dijvenbode. The pendulum swings back in favour of the Dutchman.
83. Dirk Uruguay 56.
56, not as flashy, but it could be just as important what he's landed previously. Double 10.
46.
Can't do it, and 130 is a very manageable checkout. Might have to be a dart at the bull. 1 at double 5. What a performance from Luke Humphries. What a match. And what a way to start the evening session.
And let's face it, in the practice room this evening, there's a lot of friends there. Everybody gets on with Steve Beaton.
140.
Got good pals in Luke Humphries and Ryan Searle, and obviously Luke gets on great with Keegan as well. There's not really any people in that practice room tonight who are
97.
We're going to put this in nice way.
130.
Loners, yeah. They're all going to be a bunch in there. And let's just see who the best player is. Searle's not going to go
90.
for it. He's always going to lead tops.
Yeah, Ryan Searle and tops, it's almost guaranteed, usually. I don't think there's another player on tour right now who is as synonymous with a double. That's why I left it, because he pins it first time.
A World Cup and quite a few other matches too.
And it's funny you say that, because I think a lot of players would wish double 10 was banished from the board this weekend. It has been an ongoing theme of the Baltic Sea Darts Open. 10's no one's friends.
92. Rhino 131.
I might go down for the 17s here to start. At least 1-2-5, so effort scuppered.
70.
He has done a really good job of getting himself in 2-dart range there. You just sense that the crowd are just trying to get themselves up again after that glorious first quarter final, which is going to be almost impossible to follow.
81.
Yeah, hopefully no after the Lord Mayor's show about this game. Still looks like it could be a good one. You know the score. Double 10.
43.
Why am I not surprised that he missed double 10?
75.
It has been such a big feature. Now Keegan, who's been sticking in games early very well this week, is now looking to do it again on tops.
55.
That was a big chance.
10.
Ryan Searle returns north. But if you love tops so much, admitted in previous interviews that the sheer travelling to Euro Tour events really did get the better of him by the end. So he's come to this. He's going to Leverkusen next up. Euro Tours 3 and 4. He dropped out of the 16-seeded positions, which meant he had to qualify. Decided to skip those qualifiers. So he's giving himself a little bit of a break, which in the long run could prove to be a good thing. This could be good. Ryan Searle can't do to Keegan Brown what Keegan Brown did to Peter Wright.
Well, this is an anagram of 170. Ooh, it's just in, Keegan.
75.
But unfortunately, that one isn't. And Searle comes
30.
back for 15s and takes a very commanding 5-1 lead.
Maybe he might decide, like Ryan Searle, I'll just take those weekends off. Well, Ryan Searle, in 3 matches he's played so far, has lost only 4 legs. Keegan Brown looks like he's telling someone in the crowd just to shut it slightly.
Yeah, it's a bit of a calm down moment.
88.
You know, slamming the gavel down, saying, order, order. But he might not be on the stage too much longer because Searle just looks like he's going through the gears, and his average right now is 99.99.
That's cheeky from Ryan Searle. As he's walking back, he's raising his arms, he's asking for more noise.
Double top, his favourite to get it done.
Game shot.
Just a matter of time, because he was the better player in that one. Ultimately, I'm sure Keegan will be very disappointed with how he played in that game. Good to see performances like that from Steve, because we harp on almost
97
selfishly about how great he is, but then he backs it up by being great himself and proving to the world that he still belongs
100
with the top 50 dart players in the world.
And not just paying lip service to a nice man. Fully warranted all the praise that Steve Beaton has had.
77.
And I can confirm he is genuinely one of the nicest people in the world, just like Johnny Clayton. Oh, look what he's done.
Oh, this time he goes 14 and ball. He's learning the little ferry. I mean, he's not fully learnt, but he takes out the 118.
Phenomenal. Yeah. And he is definitely in a position to do that if he has a good 6 months.
Well, at the minute, there's only 5 players above him in the one-year Pro Tour list, which gets you in as an unseeded player.
But if we take that away, I know what he wants more than that. I know he plays 29. In a very relaxed sense at the age of 58. But I think sneakily he'd love to get a couple more titles under his belt. Tremendous from Clayton.
25.
Just doing everything right at the minute. Picking this game apart.
This is, I mean, look, it's not great from Steve. He's not throwing much back at him, but Johnny Clayton is dealing with everything that he's thrown at him this weekend so far. For double five. Double five is there for a 15 darter, and Johnny Clayton, if that had just been slightly off, it might well have clattered into the barrel and gone up near the double five for all we know.
Yeah.
He does get some savage deflection. Tend not to glide down the barrel and into the same bed, do they?
And he has these days where the darts go in a little bit more upright as well. And he just isn't bothered by it. There you go, the old Badoing. Yeah, ignorance is bliss sometimes.
No, he keeps the game simple. See a target, throw at the target, and he often hits the target. Two tops. What a guide. Oh, you are so good. And look, Steve didn't do anything at all to worry the ferret in the first four legs, but as we've already illustrated, that's why he's got his mug on a mug. He can play at this brilliant level from start to finish. That's what he's done all game. Now, Steve has started to challenge at the back end of the match, but Clayton has not deviated. Again, he's 3 visits in. He scored about 300 points. He's going to set this up quite nicely, I think. We're changing your mind. Oh, he's got it right. He's got it right. Lo and behold.
I don't even know what he was thinking about going for.
Again, he knew he needed to do something. He wasn't sure what. There was a 6 on the end. Is it 10? No, hang on. Treble 18 leaves double 16. The double 8 to win it. Johnny Clayton has swept aside Steve Beaton, just as he swept aside Stephen Bunting and Ted Evans. Good go ball. Gambles, pays off.
144.
Martin Schindler has hit 1 ton plus checkout this weekend so far. It was a 130. Can he beat that?
120.
Not on this occasion. So 65 for Dave Chisnell for a 5th break of throw.
Okay, that's in the 5, so 20 for tops. May throw this to one side, where it's pretty central, so he has to move.
25. Martin,
it's all quite hard work, isn't it, for the pair of them?
Schindler takes advantage of the Chizzy misses.
135.
And when anybody hits a 180 against you in a big game of darts, then obviously it's probably not the greatest feeling. But if Dave Chisnell does it, it might be even more worrying.
99.
Because you know that he is capable of just following it with loads and loads and loads more. Bullseye.
97.
No. A gamble for Schindler this time.
64.
And that pays off as well to leave himself a 2-dart checkout.
Not going to go. Double 20 would leave 60.
Require 88.
The ball might have to come in play here for Martin Schindler. But it's a couple at double 14 instead. He doesn't need a couple, he needs 1. That's clinical from Martin Schindler.
Going to be another scream of delight.
94.
There is a little one as he gets down to a 1 treble combo finish for a potential 2-leg lead. We've not seen daylight between these two.
140. Martin Yukoa, 112.
Huge moment incoming.
$60.
That wasn't a great visit from Martin Schindler. There's Chisnell going straight for the ball. That's brave. And the bravery rewarded.
Great recovery from Dave Chisnell. He would have panicked a bit after that first dart. He's still in trouble, though. This game still hangs in the balance. You can't say with any confidence that one player has been significantly better than the other in this one.
Neck and neck throughout, really. Choices for Chisnell. Double 19 would leave double 19.
101, Martin, you require 158.
That leaves 74, 158.
Another in there to leave himself on a double.
96. Davey
Enough.
requires 74.
Dave Chisnell should get a match start from here. He may get a couple. 20 for tops. This has been a problem all game for Chisnell. Can he get past that blocker dart? He can, and he does, and he gets past Martin Schindler as well. The German #2 denied a spot in the semi-finals on the Euro Tour for what would have been the first time in his career.
At this point of the tournament, you're either getting your second wind or you're trying not to hit the wall. I can say that from experience. I've been in 3 semi-finals on the European Tour, won 2 and lost 1.
140.
And I can say that on one occasion I was really, really thriving. The next one, playing pretty well, but the third one I played, the most recent one, wall time, absolute wall hit, and really had to work hard. It'll be fascinating to see what these guys do over the first 5 or 6 legs, and what kind of energy they exude. That's much better from Humphries. Sure, I've used smaller dumbbells, but he uses them pretty well.
Yeah, because they are so heavy, he can just float them in. And that action that he has is incredibly watchable when in full flow. Even when he's not playing at his best, he's very, very easy on the eye.
I've never seen anybody throw darts like Ryan Searle. It's a very, very natural action. It's not something you would teach. Oh, he really fancied that, you know. That first dart was begging to have another one next to it, and so ironic when he gets the bullseye for the setup. And it might be in vain, you know. Oh, that one came out of the cannon, didn't it?
40.
I didn't expect that to happen. He was just a little bit afraid of the bust shot. And he's paid the price, and it's another breaker throw.
The point that Ryan Searle is not going to play every Euro Tour by choice this year. Did drop out of the seedings for Euro Tour 3 and 4, decided not to qualify, so got a couple of weekends off, and it's actually worked out quite nicely because the way he started the season, he's jumped straight back into the seeding positions, and getting through to the finals only going to help that.
145.
Great ball management there from Humphries. He's taken the bullseye out of the equation because he believes that Ryan Searle's going to be on a finish. He was absolutely right. Now, it's 2 singles to double. Instead of using the bullseye at the end, it is the outer ring. And it made all the difference. That's how you do it, folks. There it is again. He can build to the left better. So if he hits the right-hand side of that 60, it's more preferable than hitting the left side.
78.
Small margins in this sport can make a lot of difference. That's a perfect Ryan Searle dart. But he goes treble 10 for tops.
Humphries is looking for his first. Looking to just take that next step to potentially have another crack at another title to start this year in the same sort of vein as last year. No treble there, just invites Searle in a little bit. Should switch.
99.
Like that play a lot. You'd much rather have 120 than 119.
Luke Humphries would like 112. And he did that against Dirk van Dijvenbode. He's done it against Ryan Searle.
That was a change of the mind in flow there from Humphries. It worked out pretty well in the end. And the most important thing is he got the maths right.
100.
Not that these guys can play so quickly while making mental calculations. It's why they're 2 of the very best.
48.
I could never play as quick as these guys. I just wasn't built like that. But the ability to know what to do to leave 170 whilst 42. Actually moving your dart
122.
Just goes to show how quickly he thinks. 54 for Bull. We'll give him the lead again.
80.
Now, it's not the easiest chance,
38.
but it is a chance. 619s for double 12. Can he squeeze another one in? Silly question. Big move from Searle. Takes the lead. And now he can serve it out for his first final. For a match-winning chance and get it done, but it will be a big ask. We did see a 160 earlier in the tournament to win a game from Lucas Wenig of Germany.
59.
It may be a 160 that Humphries has to hit to save his skin in this one, because now he has the chance to do that.
40. They could require 160.
That doesn't help Searle's cause.
He wants to steer straight. I don't know how that goes in. He's just told those darts to get out the way.
To rat up the drain pipe, but Shanghai for Searle to win this. And actually, on his favourite tops, he can't do it.
They could require 60.
This single has got to be high. That's a good marker for him. He'll try and go off the right wing of the flight. There you go. He knows what to do. What's going to happen next?
92.
There is the possibility of a 170 to be the crescendo. That will be some climax.
100. They could require 170.
Let's see. Not quite. But a 134 would be very handy. And now Ryan Searle might be forced to take this out himself.
It's two treble 19s again. He got them for 138. Does he get the ball? Oh boy, this game has had the lot. Down to the final hurdle for Humphries.
And Luke Humphries passes the final hurdle. The man who won 4 European Tour events in 2022 is in the final of the very first one of 2023.
And one of his flights has actually become a bit white. He doesn't care. He's too busy looking at the red.
100.
There's a lot of yellow out there, not just with our title sponsors, the stage work, but a lot of bananas out there. And all of the 180 signs are yellow as well. There you go. It's like a home game at the Pittsburgh Steelers, isn't it?
Yeah, quite potassium heavy, this crowd in Kiel.
58. Johnny, you require 122.
Now, Johnny Clayton. 418s. Leaves the bull. There's the 418s. There's the bullseye, and the ferret finger points towards a level game. Averages, in his match averages, it's been 97, 96, 103. And he's currently ticking along at about 100. Well, Dave Chisnell is chipping chunks of his own flights off.
That was the perfect camera angle for that splat. It's everywhere. It's on the wheel, on the outside, it's in the 18, the small one. Bash.
My word. It's part dart, part paintball from Chiz. Look, there's stuff everywhere.
This is ridiculous.
99.
Stop it, Dave. Vandalising the dartboard. And do you think Johnny Clayton cares?
Well, you thought Della covering the entirety of the place in chalk was ridiculous. This is another step above that.
I think he's getting a bit of a kick out of it. By the time he's finished with this semi-final, those flights and stems are going to be white.
77.
Well, they're going to have to bring in rules for flights and everything now, not just the points. Now, Johnny Clayton, the 1-2-1. Doesn't need to go for it, will go for it. Of course he'll go for it. He's Johnny the Ferret Clayton.
I did say he was a specialist at 25. The reason he gets so many shots at 25 is because he misses a lot of balls like that.
97, Johnny,
when he doesn't have to go for them. Doesn't care about laying up. He's the kind of guy on a par 5 that goes for the green and takes the 25. 4-2 now.
3 years for Chizzy to get back into the winner's circle. Admittedly,
100.
that is overstating things a little, because in that time, he'd still done amazing things in TV tournaments, just not won any of them. I mean, there was that, not career-defining, but arguably one of the best displays Dave Chisholm has ever had, annihilating Van Gerwen in a World Championship to 0 in the quarterfinal. But this could turn into a bit of an annihilation, having lost the first 2 legs, because Johnny Clayton is motoring here. and he'll get a look at the 120. He's taken out 5 ton-plus checkouts this weekend.
Well, this is to equalise his worst winning leg of the match. Everything has been in 5 visits. And it continues. He just refuses to have a 6th visit. And coming into European Tour events like this year may have its benefits, because possibly Johnny might be just a little bit sharper.
Oh, I don't know. Look, Dave Chisnell started this weekend looking incredible, didn't he? Louis Williams and Gerwyn Price games are absolutely magnificent.
140.
Johnny Clayton has been sharper on the floor events than he has in the Premier League.
There you see those flights and stems which have been battered, but they're finding the right mark there. We're getting closer to that record.
4 more to equal it, 5 to break it. We've got the final to come as well. And there may be a few legs left in this, you know, because this is for a break. Double top is the target. And we are back on throw in this one. Dave Chisnell. Yeah, we might be entering a period of dominance for Dave Chisnell.
91.
That gets him down to 130. Wouldn't be surprised to see Johnny Clayton on the same.
Just stay straight. And he's 60. On a big fish, baby fish scenario. That's a wide. Not by much, but it's costly.
You can ask, but it's still in the 5.
Yeah.
44.
Asking more in hope than expectation, Dave Chisnell there.
Just has lost his range over the last couple of legs, hasn't he? I know that Dave planted that 11 darter that he talked about, but ultimately
98. Dave, you require
Johnny's been
86.
chasing as opposed to bossing it from legs 3 to 7, where he was cantering. I'm going to use that word again.
Great dart. 2 at double 16 for a level game. And this did not look that likely when Johnny Clayton had reeled off 5 legs on the spin, where he's added more consistency. And of course, we know what happened in 2021 when he was the most consistent player on the circuit.
I'm not going to cast dispersions the way of Clayton there, because he had a dart on the floor. He couldn't have left the finish. But Chisnell leaves a 2-darter with that maximum downstairs.
71.
Dave Chisnell, the last 3 legs, he's had a perfect scoring visit in all of them. 11 dart break, 17 dart hold, could be an 11 dart break here to go into the lead. He was 5-2 down and looking dead and buried. Got to be 2 tops. Oh, that's so inviting. Oh, Dave Chisnell, it's perfect.
Miles behind. And then when he came back from one of the breaks, he looked like a different player, and he went absolutely nuts.
Is it not Chizzy and Thornton at the Masters as well?
Yeah.
8-0?
Yeah. He just doesn't know when to quit. Get it quickly, Dave.
120.
He is potentially 2 darts away from reaching the 10th European Tour final of his career. And to be honest, about 10 minutes ago, it looked one of the most unlikely. But Dave Chisnell, he's got Johnny Clayton perched on his trademark 1-2-1 checkout. He knows this might need to go. Will it go? 1 dart at the bullseye. And Dave Chisnell is a 10-time Euro Tour finalist, and he could be a 4-time Euro Tour champion.
For his very, very high standards, a pretty slow start.
120.
He's asking what's in there.
100.
He doesn't have to ask again.
18.
Whatever Humphreys does, it looks like Chisnell has the answer in the early part of this match.
42. Dave, you require 81.
And funnily enough, the darts are starting to land a bit more pure as well. Bad news for Luke.
69.
Throwing with a bit more firmness, perhaps, and Luke Humphreys nowhere near in this 3rd leg.
You
get the feeling if Humphries is going to win this game, he might have to do it the hard way, doing it to the very end. Very much like his last 2 wins in 2022, which both went to the wire. But he's given a little bit of a freebie here. This could be the little jump start that he needs. 16 for the bull will give him his first leg.
45.
If you are going to miss it, you might as well hit the 10.
6.
But you don't want to be giving Chisnell more shots at a double. We are basically 3 legs into this match. This is going to be Dave's 11th dart at a double.
It's not a problematic one either. You'd rather be left on tops than double 3. But
that double 6, that was a beauty. That's exactly where a professional dart player wants to hit double 6. And something's ignited him. I know every dart player just wants to hit the double, but there is an ideal spot. It's just inside that outside wire. We're on 9 darter watch for both of them. Now just for Dave.
140.
Well, if anybody's going to get a 9 darter in a tournament like this, it's usually Dave Chisnell.
We've broken the 180 record that we were talking about earlier on in the tournament with 232 now.
Extraordinary, isn't it? When you consider what Dan Dawson was saying earlier about the top 4 in the world being eliminated earlier in the tournament. This is now a record tournament for maximums. When we had those blitz type games from Humphries and Chisnell and Gezi Price and Dirk getting so many maximums, we thought it was under threat. We now have it confirmed. Well done, everybody. And well done, Humphries, because he's won 3 straight to get back in the match. He didn't, because it would have been dangerous to do that, but the way that the cameras work with it, it was a brilliant thing to watch. Just like these. There you go. Glides it over the top to leave the baby fish. He's already had a 161 today.
130.
He might have needed it.
Seeing the big fish from Keegan Brown. Will we see the little one? Oh, we might. For 5-3.
95.
I could tell on the backlift there that it was too short. Couldn't rescue it on the way through. And Humphries to draw level again.
48.
Fine margins.
Dave, you require 35.
Got to stay resilient in these times of games. Mid-90s averages for both, and they're both missing doubles. Dave is missing more as well. It's one of those finals that's going to be so dramatic because of misses as well as hits. Halfway point for both players.
Backing up the point you just made, Paul.
There you go. Just trying to paint the picture for the rest of the year. And if you don't see Dave Chisnell in something as a result of winning this, you know why. Humphries missed an event in the Netherlands last year because he was at a wedding, and sometimes it's nice to have the opportunity to do something personal because you've been so brilliant. But you can only do that if you're brilliant again. This would be brilliant if he hits the bull.
132.
Bull or nothing with those big combinations this tournament.
Almost sounds like a song, doesn't it? It was called All or Nothing, that song, wasn't it? Not Bull or Nothing.
Yeah, that sounds like a really bad parody that does not need to be made.
Sounds like a Weird Al Yankovic kind of cover. Nothing weird about that. Chisnell wins the last 2 legs in 25 darts.
Probably the top of many people's list when it comes to best players never to win TV ranked major.
Absolutely. That 99.7 average now was courtesy of the last 2 legs, really. He's gone up a notch, and he's just hit his 6th 180. And he's hitting them at times that are really hurting Humphries, who may well need to win the final 4 legs of the contest to keep his 100% record in finals on the European Tour.
Oh, he went for the bull rather than treble
61.
14. That's unusual. But he's so far in front, he can just do what he wants.
Yeah, I think that was probably the right play there. Wasn't really too concerned about hitting the ball. At least he got the 25 and had the luxury of laying up for tops. This is for another sub-15 leg. He'll take 15 now.
30.
But can't.
He could require 160.
Well, we've seen a Lucas take 160. Will we see a Luke do it? He will not.
Just not happening.
100.
He's effectively a dart or two
10.
behind in most legs at the minute. He's got his back against the wall. But how much?
James on the 11th leg.
It's as bad as it gets now. But his top average, 107, his lowest 88.
105.
So his range was 19. That worried me a little bit. But this is more of the good stuff from Chizzy.
125.
This is where it's got to start, Luke. If it doesn't, it could be curtains.
Almost a resigned look on the face of Luke Humphries.
103.
If Chisnell is to take this out, you only get one match dart. Treble 20 or treble 19. It is treble 19 to start with. 6 for tops.
83.
He can't do it yet. Agonising wait.
20.
First warning, Luke.
James on the 12th leg.
1 down, 3 to go. He can't be too greedy. And he's putting his foot down.
Oh, that is greedy.
8 180s in the final. That could well be the last one we see. He's had 27 in the tournament. In fact, between them, they've had 51. 51 180s between two players is an amazing effort. And don't get another one, Dave.
127.
A record-breaking tournament with the most 180s ever seen in any European Tour event.
54.
But is it an event that is won by this man?
A new event. And a first-time winner of the Baltic Sea Darts Open. Dave Chisnell has 2 darts.
44.
4 match darts scuppered. 3 now.
161.
This would be some skin saver. It's an almost resigned look
89.
from Luke.
Dave, you require
Chisnell
10.
will eye up double 5 for European Tour win number 4.
And 2 in the space of 3 Euro Tour events. And Chiz does the biz.
And the 2023
The Baltic Sea Darts Open to kick off the 2023 European Tour campaign has been won by Dave Chisnell.
Zu seinem 4. European Tour Titel. 30.000 Pfund Preisgeld. Wir krönen ihn zum allerersten Interwelten Baltic Sea Darts Open Champion, Chizzy.